lecture on especially AI. So, may I know something before I start? Are you from B.G.K CSE? Anyone? Background? B.G.K? B.G.K in your branches, courses? How many of you are B.G.K? M.Tech? Anyone from M.Tech side? Okay. Are you belong to the same area of Geospatial or different other branches? Geospatial. And how many of you have know very well about artificial intelligence? Anyone? Please raise your hand. Okay. How many of you don't know anything about AI? Okay. Partially about AI. 80% about AI. 50%? How many of you know about something about machine learning? Machine learning. So, who don't know anything about machine learning? Okay, so I am Professor Pradhan. That's my name here. I am an associate professor, Department of Computer Science and Engineering at Dhanbad. So today I will be giving a lecture on artificial intelligence. It's a foundation. I'm not going to go deeper into the geospatial intelligence because I'm not the person of geospatial intelligence. Okay? My subject is on artificial intelligence, machine learning, and Internet of Things. So you can type my name in the Google Scholar. You find all my research publications, and they are on edge, fog, with IoT plus artificial intelligence. Right. So I'm regularly teaching these courses like artificial intelligence, machine learning, and Internet of Things. At present, this semester, I'm teaching two subjects. One is machine learning. It's a part of artificial intelligence. And the other one is Internet of Things. Okay. Just I'll show you my regular curriculum. Okay. So under this teaching folder, so these are the two subjects. It's not showing. So I'm teaching these two subjects now. So machine learning is our discussion today. Okay. So you can just see these are my lecture slides. This is your. I divide my whole lectures into two parts: before, mid-exam, and after mid-exam. Okay. If I go to this mid-exam, so these 7 weeks already we have covered. Okay. We have covered all 7 weeks, 7 into 3, 21 lectures. And these 21 lectures is on machine learning. Okay? And remaining the rest of 21 lectures what we currently moving on. So this is also, we have a 7 weeks of lecture. Right? So total takes 42 lectures to cover a typical syllabus of machine learning. Okay. Now my job today to cover something on this whole, it's not possible. Right? Okay, I'll give you some advice that how you proceed to learn machine learning. Okay? So now machine learning is everywhere. Right? We cannot claim that it is somebody's subject, it's everybody's subject. Okay? So this is my title. Okay. So this is the title of my presentation today. Already you have seen it. So what I'll do, what is the idea that how I proceed in this lecture. Okay. So my idea is I will start with what is AI. Okay? And in the Google, if you type what is AI, you will find millions of pages. Okay? Hundreds of definitions. Right? Okay? So you can also define your what is AI intuitively. You can define. It is something about intelligence like human intelligence, but it is not truly human intelligence, so I call that it is artificial intelligence. Or something which is exactly performing, displaying some kind of intelligence like a human being. Okay? So something which is outside human being, anything intelligence displayed by a machine, we call as artificial intelligence. Okay? So this is an idea of what I'm going to pursue, what is AI. Then I'll discuss some core concepts.
Sir.
Yes?
Okay.
So, second one I'll discuss some core concepts in AI. Right? Again, it's not possible to cover everything. Okay? I'll give you glimpse so that it can motivate you to pursue this course in the future. Okay? And the last one, I'll talk about your subject, geospatial intelligence. That how AI, where AI can be applied, what kind of problems you apply AI. So we'll talk about that one. So I'm not going into technical details of that. Okay. If you want technical details, I'll give you some slides. If you want, then you have to start learning. Okay. So I'll give you a couple of advice that how you start learning AI. Okay. It's not one day game. It's not even a 1 week game. Okay. So these are the outline of my presentation according to my idea. So this is the my details of presentation. Okay. So I'll start with the AI subject, then I'll slowly jump into the subject geospatial, and last but not last two, that is about theme of your course today, how you manage your natural resources and how you overcome, how you deal with the disasters. Then I'll give you some challenges with respect to your subject and with respect to my subject together. So again the same question, what is artificial intelligence? Right? I just read out here. So artificial intelligence is a branch of computer science. Right? So you are not, nobody is from computer science. But the point is that now AI is not computer science subject, it's everyone's subject. It's required because intelligence, you are intelligent, but if I want to make something intelligent, then I need to make this intelligent, then you have to start learning intelligence. Okay? Something out of you, something out of human being, if you want to make intelligent, then you have to learn this course. I give a motivation. For example, there is one security guard in front of your house who is watching you continuously. Right? Means you are investing in a human being as a security guard so that you can watch guard your entire house. Okay, what do you do? You will see who is coming, who is going out, who is moving around your house 24/7. So you cannot use one person for 24/7 throughout the year. It's impossible. So we need to have 3 persons at least for 8 hours each. So what he will do? He will recognize the persons when somebody is coming to your house. Okay, when he will go, he will know the timings, everything. Now the same thing I want to replace by a technology. For example, I use cameras. So cameras continuously watch. One camera can continuously watch 24/7, 360 days, 60 days. So things are automated. Instead of human being, we are replacing with a system that is completely watching the entire area. If any stranger will come, it will take the photo, and photo will send you to the server, somewhere server, it's called cloud computing. There it is processed, and you will get a notification in your mobile phone that somebody who is a stranger standing in front of your house. Okay? So these are part of your artificial intelligence. Right? We can predict in Google, you see the weather prediction. After 2 p.m. there is a rain. After 3 p.m. there is a cloudy. How this is possible? It is possible because of artificial intelligence. The ChatGPT, how many of you know ChatGPT? Right? Okay. How many of you are using ChatGPT? Okay, see, everyone is using. Right? Whenever you have any question, you type in ChatGPT. Earlier what we will do? We will type in Google. Whatever you want to search, you are searching in Google. Search provides the information, not intelligence. But now ChatGPT not only providing information but intelligence also. You want to write a story, it will give a story. Okay, if you want to write a letter to your HOD or to your friend or somebody else, email, it will write. So now things are moving in a different way that we have never imagined. Okay, later we'll see that where we are heading towards in case of artificial intelligence. How artificial intelligence is going to revolutionize. That we'll see. Okay. Right. Now, little bit not a supporting one, right? But something you need to cherish to learn. So to learn artificial intelligence, you require some prerequisites. Otherwise, you will face doubt or unclear what you are really learning. I am not saying about the whole thing, I am saying that little knowledge about these three things are required. Mathematics, programming languages, and data science. Right? If you learn any machine learning concept which is a part of AI, you require a little mathematics. Not whole, not complete. If I say property, you cannot know to learn entire property. Some basics knowledge about property. So you require basic knowledge about graphs, of course, linear algebra, calculus, statistics, and probability. Okay? So you can find all together at one place in some online courses. Okay, no need to download separate subjects and books. All these things are not required. If you have any online course on machine learning, it will give you the required basics about this subject. Okay, and they are not threatening. They are very, very easy to understand. Okay. And programming languages, we have lots of programming languages are there. They are supports your machine learning concepts. You can write programs. And I just suggest for time being, you can go for Pradhan. Okay. The moment you learn concept in machine learning, to realize that concept, you need to write a program. Okay, so for that you will require to learn Python. Okay, so Python, there is a free online courses are available in YouTube. No need to hire any paid courses. Okay, so your immediate teacher for learning this subject, complete subject, is your YouTube. No other channel, no other subscriptions. Okay, once you clear everything about in YouTube, then you go for paid versions. Okay, and the third one is data science, right? So intelligence, the intelligence, suppose I can say this is a camera. How I know this is camera? If you show it to a boy, ask him what is this, he cannot tell what is this, because he don't know. So what do you mean they don't know? Because it was not programmed in his mind. Okay, so this is the data. And with this figure, what I am going to tell that to a boy is a camera. So data is, this picture is a data and this name of this data is a camera. So two things are given to your boy. So this is in field in the mind. Okay? Right? So if data is not good, if this is not a proper shape, I cannot tell that this is a camera. Okay? So you require data science to make this unperfect data into perfect data. Okay, I mean raw data into data set. So if data is good, your decision is good. Okay, your evaluation is good. Okay, for example, medical test, right? Instead of diabetes no, if S is written, then I learn it is S only, because the report says S wrongly. So if data is wrong, machine learning, artificial intelligence also wrong, right? So before learning artificial intelligence or machine learning, you need to learn something about data. If your data is not good, your model like AI, ML are not good. Okay? If data is bad, those are bad. Right? So you cannot bypass to learn AI ML without the basics knowledge on data. Right? So later, when you collect your spatial data, if the spatial data is wrong, the model you are going to build on this data is also wrong. So it's it's a warning type of message to all of us that we should take care of data. Right? Right. So this is a entirely new one even for computer science also. Right? Okay, some of the topics what I showed here names, even they are new. Right? So your artificial intelligence broadly divided into two types. One is based on capabilities, what they can do. Okay, and another one is based on functionality, what exactly they will work. These are the capability, how level they perform intelligence. The second one, functionality, how they do. Right? Usually for computer science student, we do only this part, other parts usually they ignore. Right? So today we'll see with some example that what exactly mean by these all terms, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, total 7 terms. What are they? Narrow AI, general AI, super AI, reactive machines, limited memory machines, theory of mind, and self-aware AI. We'll try to know what exactly they are. Before going into deeper into the future, we should know what exactly these things are. Okay? Now we are at present, we are passing through this phase called narrow AI. Okay? So what is this narrow AI? You can say machine learning, what we will learn today, is a narrow AI. Artificial narrow AI. Okay? Right? I'll tell you a small example that what exactly mean by this AI. Okay? I just use pad for writing because writing is also required. So ChatGPT, right? All the artificial intelligence techniques what we are using at present, all are belongs to narrow AI, right? For example, ChatGPT. ChatGPT is a part of narrow AI. Okay, your weather forecasting in Google is a narrow AI. So any artificial intelligence applications that you are witnessing today all are comes under narrow AI. Okay. Then what do you mean by this general AI? Okay. What is general AI? So general AI is like the one which knows everything. Okay. Whatever ask, it will give you the correct answer. Whatever problem you give, it will solve it. Your geospatial problem, you solve it. Okay. So intelligent like a human being. So that is not there in at present. Okay. At least in coming 10 to 20 years, we are going to realize this artificial general intelligence. Okay. You see that refers to a computer that is as smart as a human across the board. Okay. So how you think, how you perform all your operations, right? How you learn. It also going to achieve that kind of level of intelligence. Intelligence equal to human intelligence. Okay. ChatGPT is not human intelligence. That's why we call this as a narrow intelligence. Okay. I'll give you a simple one where you can understand. Okay. Suppose I write here, you can just tell me what exactly happening next. Okay. I'll write here. Okay. Suppose one is the input, okay, one is output. 2 is the input and 4 is the output. Suppose 3 is the input, okay, 9 is the output. Can you tell me what is the 10 is input, what is the output? 100. How you do this? How you do this? If one is input, one is output. Okay. So when I give one is input and one is output, can you tell that what is the output for 10? Can you tell? No, right? Suppose if only this input is provided, if I give 10 as input, can you tell 100? Same question. No? Why? Why did you tell 100? Because we don't know what is the relation between the input and output. Am I right? Yes or no? Okay. Now, if I give two inputs, for one is output, for two, 4 is output. Still, can you tell what is the output for 10? Can you tell? Not possible, maybe doubtful, right? Means your data is not sufficient. Small data means small learning. Okay? The moment I supply 3,9, then you are clearly telling that for this output is 100. Because now we learned the difference between the input and output. So this is the machine learning. Okay? So 1, 1, 2, 4, 3, 9 is the data set. The data set, input is also there, the corresponding output also there. And from this input output, the machine learns the relation between this data. And when the new input is coming, then it will give you the 100. So this is the machine learning. Okay? This is the machine learning. Right? This is one type of machine learning called supervised learning. Later we'll see this. Okay? Right. Come back to our discussion. So artificial general intelligence is not there present, it's under research. Okay? And maybe next 5, 10 to 20 years we are going to learn this. Okay? Right? Then the machine will tell you everything, then you become jobless. Okay? Now ChatGPT is writing programming for all problems, most of the problems. Then there is a need of human as a software. One. Okay? You need to change yourself in different way. You cannot be say like I'm a software engineer, I can write Python programming. It's not possible. Okay? Right. And of course we are not still witness this AGI, but we are also looking for the artificial super intelligence. Okay? You can imagine that the thousands of army robots of one country fighting with the army robots of another country. They are completely fully involved in battles. Okay? The robot himself think that I am an Indian robot. Means they are like exactly behaving like a human being. You have seen some movies also, where machine is dominating human beings. And there is a war between the human and machines, robots. Okay? Some movies are there. So that is what artificial super intelligence. Right? So we want to use these two, AGI and ASI, for our purposes. Like global warming, disasters. These are the calamities. We cannot come so easily. We cannot stop calamities. We cannot stop earthquake. But we can predict earthquake. Okay? I think we see that because of this, what do we call it? These two forms which are coming with different names, right? So our meteorology department are giving predictions. The next 2 days it will cross the coast of this area, like Orissa, Balasore, something like that. So earlier we don't have this facility. But now we can able to predict these all calamities, and we can warn people, inhabitants of those particular places to vacate them. So we are saving lives. Okay. So what I can say that artificial intelligence is truly required for your geospatial applications. Right? If it is not work for mobile phone, no problem. If it is not working for this, no problem. But it should work for to overcome the resource management and disaster management. Right? So AI is a desperately need for you, and you have to learn this. Okay? And there are so many projects I can show you later in this lecture. They are already started working, and they are realizing the fruits of those work also. Okay. explaining those three types of AI. For example, you can see for weak AI, you call it weak AI, ChatGPT is a weak AI. Still we are using ChatGPT in a different way, okay, lots of benefits and advantages. But still we call it a weak AI. Okay, so Siri of Apple, Alexa of Amazon, Google Assistant, or Netflix recommendations to you, watch this movie like this. And then self-driving car, not yet done. So these are all comes under weak AI. And when come to the general intelligence, like a robot that can learn anything task like a human, okay, AI that can write books. Of course, ChatGPT is ready, but not good. Solve math problem, write more intelligent codes, okay. And AI doctor can learn any medical field without pre-training. So we are lacking lots of doctors in our country. For every 10,000 or 1 lakh population, there is only one doctor. Okay, so we can use this AI in healthcare sector also. So that instead of a doctor, somebody is there in the villages, it will take a photo, it will scan X-ray, everything it will do. Okay. Right. Third one, AI is solving all human diseases instantly. Okay. Right. Now robots are performing operations. Right. They can also take all chemical compounds and found a new chemical compound which can cure your disease. It's not easy for the human beings. Okay, means it will occupy pharmaceutical also. Right. AI designing new technology beyond human intelligence. Okay, you tell the story, it will create an animation movie. It's small applications are there, but it will do it. Okay. You tell something problem, it will create technology. So you can't imagine that kind of things will come up, but by the time we will be live or not, we don't know. Okay, maybe 50 years from now. So the current status is AI is still hypothetical and it will raise ethical concerns. Because when machine become more powerful, it may dominate us also. Okay. If you see that our history, like those who are more powerful, they are going to rule our country for many years. Those are powerful. Okay. That's why. So when machine become powerful, then it may definitely dominate humans. Okay. So that is called ethical concerns. Okay. And these about the AI based on functionalities. Okay. I told you the theory of mind. Okay. Limited theory, reactive machines. Self-aware artificial intelligence. So these are all tell about the emotional side, not the intelligence side. Right? Emotional means machines are not emotionally things. Only human beings are emotional. Human beings may have intelligence, but they don't have an emotional intelligence. Okay? They can have IQ like us, but they don't have an EQ like us. Okay? So this is something about those kind of things like remembering the past. Okay, right. So these are some of the examples. Okay, so if you look at reactive machines, so these are some of the examples like IBM Deep Blue. Have you heard this word? I think Gary Kasparov won the chess game. These are all about all those things. Okay. Theory of mind AI. Now humanoid robots also there, Tesla robots also coming. Right? So they are not intelligent, but they are making towards intelligence. Right? For example, elderly care. If you have an old person in a house, so now the robots are employed to take care of them. Okay, monitor them by 24/7. Right? And self-aware, right? So this is not it there. Okay, the robot himself. Itself identify as an Indian robot or Pakistan robot. There is a war between them in London. Okay. Right. So that's what called self-aware AI. Okay. So I'll give you these slides to all. Okay. You can have look at each topic and you search and learn start learning. Okay. Now when it comes to artificial intelligence, usually not even a computer science student also, they don't know what are the different areas of artificial intelligence. So artificial intelligence is a very big subject we can run this AI as a B.Tech in AI for 4 years. So that many number of subjects are there. Starting with foundation of mathematics, programming, computer concepts, algorithms, machine learning, AI, all these subjects. Okay. So we can take each term as a subject. It's there in our computer science. Machine learning is one subject I am teaching, and there is a speech, text, it is there also there. Computer vision is one subject we are running. Natural language processing is also one subject. Expert system, of course, we are not running. Maybe some other departments. Planning and optimization, like MBA departments are running. And robotics. One of my friend Arundha is expert in robotics from mechanical department. Okay. So each one itself is a big subject. Okay. Right. So today we will be focusing on machine learning. So you can, when you hand over slides to you, then you can see each term clearly and you can type and learn. So this is the evaluation of your artificial intelligence. Okay. So now we are in generative AI. Okay. Now we are in the generative AI. In future, if you want to start a company, right, you think that I have thousands of employees, but that is not going to be true. Because you will be the only one employee, and our remaining all are robots and artificial intelligence programs. With this only you can run your company. Okay. So Amazon developing some codes to lift this item and put somewhere else where dispatch can take place. Okay, because of every second there are millions of orders. Okay, so how to process this order? How to ship the items? Okay, so robots will employ. Robots will pick the item, put the designated place, from there it will be dispatched. Okay, so we are in that stage. Okay, and it's not going to stop now. We are going to go ahead. These are some of the applications, right? And your subject is also part of this. Geospatial, intelligence, your geophysics, geology, whatever. Okay? Right. So education, finance, healthcare is required. Okay? Retail, right? Manufacturing, it's a very important part of this manufacturing. Geospatial, you take any area, wherever you require intelligence, A must be there. Okay? Because we want intelligence, we don't want dumb. Okay? Right. Suppose there are two persons are there. One is very intelligent, one is dumb. To whom you are going to hire? Okay, to whom you are going to hire? The two persons are there. Okay, one is dumb, one is intelligent. To whom you are going to hire? Intelligent. Suppose only to carry the bags from one place to other place, to whom you are going to hire? Dumb person, okay? Because he is blindly carrying all things, right? Okay, so you need a proper scope that which one is required. You cannot say that blindly A use all the time. That is not correct. So there is a dumb, there is a intelligent. You should be differentiated. Okay, right? And there is one myth, okay, wrongly taken into consideration, like AI is separate, ML is separate, and DL is separate. Okay, many students have this kind of assumption, but it's not correct. This is the correct. Okay, so ML is a part of AI, and then DL is a part of machine learning. Okay, it's a small part. This is not 70%. This deep learning is a part of machine learning. And AI is a very big subject. Machine learning is a 20% of the AI. Okay? Machine learning is a 20% of AI. Deep learning is a 50% of AI. Now you can imagine how bigger it was, your AI. Okay? It was started journey from 1950. Okay? Right? And the chat GPT now, what you saying that it's a like part of your deep learning. Okay? What is the full form for chat GPT? GPT are not a word, it's an abbreviation. What is that? GPT? We are all using it, but you should tell that now. generative, predictive, translator. Okay, anyone? Open your mobile phone. Open your mobile phone. Type. It's a generative, pre-trained, not pre-trained. And T is what? Not translator. Huh? Transformer. So transformer is one of the deep learning subject. Okay? Yeah. What is that? Generative, pre-trained, transformer. Okay? So now you should start learning. If you want to learn transformer, then you have to learn deep learning. Okay? You cannot learn transformer directly. It will give lots of confusion. Okay? And for your kind information, Nobel Prize 2024 given to whom? There are many categories are there. Physics, chemistry, peace prize, something, literature, something is there. But in the category of physics, in the category of chemistry, given to whom? Those are working in artificial intelligence. Okay? Right. Okay. For chemistry, they are working on protein folding problem. They solve this problem by AI. And for physics category, those who got Nobel Prize, they are working on the deep learning, neural network. Okay. So what is this? I'll give an example, right? What example I have given you? I have given that these are my input. Okay. So I'll write here. So this is my input. Output is no sir. This is my input. Okay. I have a program called f of x function and I got this output. Okay. So earlier the program is what we learned, Python, C, whatever it is. We'll write on program. Okay. How many have exposure to programming? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, you start learning. Now it's everybody's subject. Okay. Right? You require, programming is required. That's why programming concept is a part of BTech first year itself. Because from after first year onwards, they will be diversified their branches. So everyone should have exposure to programming. If not, you start. Okay. Now this is now what we are doing here. Now we are supplying. In this case, we are supplying the input and output. Okay, 2 and 4 and 3 and 9 and 4 and 16. Okay, this is the input output we are supplying. Can you tell what is the function? By this input, f of x equal to. So this is my x. These are my x values. These are my x values and this is my y values. Can you tell me what is the function here? F of x equal to x square. When you supply a new input, suppose 20. So what will you get? 20 square. Right? So this is what I showed earlier. Machine learning. It's learned from the pattern. Okay? Right? So there are some inputs, some the corresponding outputs in the world for which we don't know what is the relation. Okay, this is the input and this is the output. Right? We don't know the relation. There is no formula to tell what is the relation between the input and output. If you know the relation, you can easily find the y value. Okay, the reality is that we don't know the input. Okay, right? Suppose this is the bag. Okay, this is a bag. You know this is a bag. But if this same photo given to the system, how it will tell is a bag? It will tell now. It will tell now. It is not there. But it will tell now is a bag. How? Okay? Because they are intelligence, they are learning the things already. That's why it's still able to bag. Okay? Right? If you ask 1 year boy to this, what is this? Then you will tell 2 year boy, you will tell what is this? You will tell it is a 5 year boy, you will tell pen. Okay? But do you know actually what is this one, right? Okay, this is something like pen tablet like this. Right? So that's what, now things are changed. Earlier, we are always working to write programs, software engineers. But now the machine learning will write program. This f of x will be written by the student engineers, but now this f of x will be written by machines. So you don't require. Okay. After few years you don't require this. Okay. Your job is to only provide this. Okay. Your job is to provide this. If you are not providing this, it will not work. Okay. That is what about your data science. Okay. Machine learning algorithms are already there. You are not going to invent them. Okay. I am repeating. Machine learning techniques already there. Okay. Only thing you fill those machine learning techniques with your data. If data is correct, machine learning is correct. Okay. Right. So as I mentioned, machine learning is a part of your AI. It is a 20% of AI. Okay. Whereas deep learning is a 50% of AI. And ChatGPT, I don't know how much percentage, is some percentage of deep learning. Okay. Now, machine learning subject broadly classified into three parts: supervised learning, unsupervised learning, and reinforcement learning. Okay. And you should be good at all these three things. Okay. It's not painful to learn. Only one thing is required from you, that is interest. If you have interest, these are nothing. Okay. These are the subjects which are last for the past 7 to 8 years. When I was in B.G.K, I learned these things. When I was somewhere, my teacher is in B.G.K, he or she also learned same thing. Okay, and he also learned the same thing. But the only difference is what? The machine learning, what we learned 50 years back, the same concept today. But what's the difference? Can anyone guess? Yes. Huh? Applications. Okay. Any other? The machine learning, these concepts are 50 years back old. 50 years okay old. Data. Okay. Applications. Scheduled applications. Data. Any other? Refinement. Okay. So one thing is there is a computation. Okay. If you take 20 years back, we don't our computation laptop or desktop are very big. They cannot solve large problems. Okay. This data what I am referring, 1, 2, 4, 3 like this is very small. But actually reality you have billions of data. So to process this data, you require a huge computational capability. It was not there 50 years back. Okay. You know Netflix, you are watching an online live. Okay. Have you seen this Netflix 20 years back? No? When you are in 10th class, getting started now. Okay. Right? But when I'm in 10th class, I didn't see such things. I didn't see mobile phone also. Okay. So there is a company which is like Netflix, which was started in 1980. Okay. And 90 something, somewhere around that period. So they want to run these movies online. Okay. But nobody want to go to watch these movies online. Why? Because opening the single file itself takes lots of time. They want to stream the video online. How is possible? It's not slow, very slow. The systems are very slow. That's why the company was closed. Become bankrupt. Because that time, that company is not good at that time. Because we don't have any infrastructure. But now Netflix, Amazon, they are all running. YouTube is everything. Because we have a good computational infrastructure. Okay, so sometimes your idea is good, but not according to the time. Okay, the same company 50 years back is failed, but the same type of concept company was successful. Okay, so to realize your machine learning, you require a proper computation. Okay, there is no proper computation facility. Again, there is a problem. Right? So data is an important point. The second important point is the computation. Okay. Right. Let's start another topic. So these are the three types of machine learning techniques. Okay. So supervised, unsupervised, and reinforcement. Okay. Suppose I give you the same example which I am running this session if I write same thing like this, 2, 4, 3, 9, 4, 16. Right? You got the relation between these input outputs, right? It's clear. For 1, output is 1. For 2, output is 4. So it's X. Who told you? This is called supervised learning. Why? Because for every input, there is an output. Okay? So this is the input. For this input, this is the corresponding output. Okay? So when new input will come, for example 20, so we can easily tell what is the output. So this is called supervised learning. What is this? Supervised learning. We are telling to boy, this is the item whose name is camera. So this picture plus the name of the camera are filled in his mind. Okay? For to a boy, if I show a zebra figure and tell him it is cow, so he will remember that figure as a cow. Whenever he sees zebra, what he will tell? Cow only, because you don't know other thing. Whenever you show zebra, you will tell cow. So the moment you saw another figure and tell this is a cow, then he asks again. The moment when you show the cow figure, he won't tell zebra, he will tell it's a cow. So that is what learning. This learning are faded into the circuits. That's what about machine learning. So we are providing input, we are providing output. To find the relation, using that relation, he will tell the what is the new input. Okay, output of the new input. Right? So that is what supervised learning. What is unsupervised learning? So I am giving this picture to the boy, but I am not going to tell the name of this. Okay? Have you seen any such items in your surrounding that you don't know names? Many times. So many items are there, we don't know names. The moment you know names, next time you don't have a problem. Okay? Right? For example, what is the name of this? Anyone? These are writing, what is this? What is the name of this? Writing pad? No. Anyone? I am writing this on the screen. So this is called pen tablet. Right? If after 5 minutes I ask what is this, what do you tell? So how it's called? So learning. Learning is the, so this is the supervised learning. I am telling you what is this. But in supervised learning, I will show this, but nobody will tell what is this to you. How you find this one? There is a pen tablet. What it? How you find that this is a pen tablet? Nobody is going to tell you. Okay. So that's called unsupervised learning. Okay? In unsupervised learning, what you will do? You will make into groups. You will make into groups. So all those items which are belongs to look like similarly and put into groups. All electronic gadgets, all furnitures, all electrical items. You don't know all things, nothing. You don't know anything, any name of this. I keep all the electronics one side, all the electrical one side, all the furniture one side. But you don't know the name of any of this item. But you know by this group. This is called group 1, this is called group 2, this is called group 3. You are giving names. Got it? Okay? Right. Suppose I am giving some balls, different colors. Right? Can you group them? Yes, because red color, blue color, this like this. But you don't know the colors. If I give a ball, red ball to you, you don't know what is the color of that ball. You don't name it's name blue, green, you don't know. So what do you do? You can see those colors, right? So according to colors, you group them. But you don't know what is the name of those colors. But still you group them, group 1, group 2, group 3. So that is unsupervised learning. Okay? Right? Suppose taller in a group, short person in a group. You can group them. Right? So by grouping, we know this is belong to this group, this belong to this group. Okay? It means that there is no supervision. Nobody will tell you what exactly these things are. You have to know on your own. Okay? And the third one is reinforcement learning. Okay? It's mainly used in robotics. Suppose there is one item, chocolate is kept in the corner of this room. There is a robot here, and we ask robot to find the chocolate. Okay, when the robot will go this direction, it's not the right direction, it's the right direction. When robot will go from this direction to this direction, you are giving penalty. Just like how we give punishment to our children. When you do wrong thing, we punish. when you good thing you do, will reward. Same thing, when robot will go this direction, we will punish it. When robot will go this direction, we will reward it. The reward itself, you prove that you have to go this side. Okay, again you turn this side, again you will punish. Again you come this side, again reward. Again this side, reward. So you keep on getting reward, slowly you will touch the target. So robots will work like that. Okay, so that is again interesting learning reinforcement. Okay, right. So today we will talk about these two, not exactly this one. Okay, because we don't have time to explore everything. So supervised learning can solve two problems. Okay, right? Only two problems. No other problem. Regression and classification. Right? Suppose if I show a figure, cow figure and zebra figure to a boy who knows everything. If I show cow figure, what he will tell? Cow. Okay. If I show zebra figure, he will tell zebra. That is called classification. Difference between two items. Okay. If I show cat or dog, if I show an image of a dog to the system, it will say dog. If I show the image of a cat, it will tell cat. So how it will tell? That is the question. So that's what we'll do supervised learning for classification. Okay. If I take the features input of a cat, okay. If I take the input of a cat to this model, and the model will go to put in this circle, and this circle belongs to cat. If I give new input to a cat or dog, it will fall in this circle, then it belongs to dog. This is how it will differentiate. Okay. Right? We have good number of algorithms which will classify your inputs. Okay. In some AI cameras, they are fitted in the traffic or somewhere else. The moment they will see the person capture the photo, and they are able to tell that who is a man or woman, first thing. Of course, some are mistakes also there, and then try to recognize who is that guy. If it is in database, it will capture it. So these all comes into classification problem. And regression problem. Regression means for every input there is an output. That is called regression. Okay? And in classification, for every input they are classified as a this or this. Okay? Right. If you see this line, these are the y values. That is 1, 4, 6, 9, 16. This is 1. This is 1, this is 4, this is 9, this is 16, this is 25 like this. So these are the y values. And the x axis here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? When I ask you x equal to 10, x equal to 10 here, it will go line and touch this point, y equal to 100. So that is called regression. For every input, there is a output. Okay? Right? I'll give some examples. So these are all the few of machine learning algorithms. Okay? None of them are boring. They are very, very interesting. If you have an interest, curiosity, these are can be learned in at least 40 days. Okay? Right. For beginner level, for beginners, it will take 45 days to learn some algorithms. So these are the algorithms are useful for your geospatial intelligence also. I exclude those techniques which are not required here. So these are the required for your geospatial intelligence. Okay. And here one of them that is very useful, and that is your convolutional neural networks. Okay. It will take the image of a forest or city, and it can tell that which location is the grass in forest, which location is the completely concrete jungle. Okay. It is able to differentiate. Convolutional neural networks. Of course, those who are doing research in these subjects, they know very well about this, even though they are from geophysics. Okay. Right. So you can start with random forest first. You can start with the decision tree. Okay, in this concept of dealing. Decision tree, then random forest, then you can learn this gradient boosting. Then you come to the artificial neural networks, CNN. These things are you can start immediately. Decision tree first, followed by random forest, then support vector machine, and then artificial neural network and CNN. So these 5 you can start. Okay. So how your supervised learning starts? This is the camera which I told to student. Real product. This is the picture of a camera. The word which I spoken to him is a camera. So this picture and the word camera are fitted. Okay. So how this is possible in machine learning, in computer science. So this is the path. Okay. Right. So what we are doing here? What we are doing here? Here I am supplying the data. Okay. Same thing. Same example I am doing here. Okay. I am not going any complex examples. Okay. So here I am telling 1, 1, 1, 2, 4, 3, 9, and 4, 16. Okay, so this is the data. Okay, in the form of a table. Right? This is my X and this is my Y. Okay. Right. So what is raw data? The data. When the boy sees this picture, so this is only picture, not camera, right? Okay. So it will figure in the mind, but I don't know what is camera or something else. Then somebody told that this is camera. Then picture associated name camera will be filled into mind. Am I right? This is how it's happened inside, we don't know. Right? So picture of this item and the name tag will be called camera. So the picture is the input and the word camera is the output. Label, we call it as a label. Okay, here 1, 2, 3, 4 are called X. X means what? Input. Input means what? Features. What are? In machine learning, okay, inputs called what? Features. Okay, so if this is camera, so it has a feature. There is some glass or something like this structure. Right? So these are the features. This is a glass outside, something that we can see inside. So these are all the features of this machine. Okay. When you see a dog or cat, what are the features for cat? Eyes. Dog also having eyes. Okay. So there are some features which are definitely differentiating these two. Okay. Ears, maybe different shape. Okay. Flowers. When you see different flowers, how you remember they are different shapes, colors, and how they are complete design. Okay. So it's interesting, right? So this is how you fill into your mind. So all those are called features and their corresponding outputs. Okay, the moment you see the rose, so rose petals, okay, this shape, but you don't know what is this rose. You don't know this name is rose. Somebody has told you that this is a rose. Then these features, the name rose are tagged. Okay, so here also, whatever data you supply, that is not final. Here you have to do extraction. Extraction means rose, these are the petals in red color, okay, and there is a name is tagged with that is called label called rose. Somebody told you. The moment you see yellow rose, are you able to tell it's a rose or different? Okay, right? So there is something is there that you can tell it's a rose. The shape of the petals or something, not color. So color is not the criteria for to judge a rose. It could be any color. So the shapes of the petals will tell you. So those are called features. If you take input that rose must be red color, then you cannot say that a yellow rose is a rose. Am I right? So color is not a feature. The petal shape is a feature. That's why here, whatever roses you are going to show here, raw data, that is going to be extracted. This may be yellow or red or whatever it is. We are not judging the color, remove the color. Color is not the criteria to select rose. The petal shapes are the criteria. So that's what we do, feature extraction. Okay? So when this is a rose, red rose, yellow rose, whatever it is, but color should not be the criteria. If color is the criteria, then red color rose is a red, remaining are not roses. So remove that color from your data set. Only the shape of the petals. that is called feature extraction. Okay. And what happens in the model? Here you are going to find f of x. What is f of x for this example? What is f of x? X square. That we are going to find in the training. So 1 is showing relation. I don't know. Keep it aside. 1, 2 comma 4. The relation is something look like x square. Then 3 comma 9 x square. 4 comma 16 x square. So total x square. Okay. So I am giving very roughly. It's not just like that. So there we created triangle model. Once the model is created, x square is created. Whatever input you supply, it will give you x square. If you supply 10, it will give you 100 here. When new data is coming 10, you will go to the model, to your brain, and it will give you 100. Here 1, 1, 2, 4, 3, 9, 4, 16, all value text base, and here you are giving new inputs. Okay, means in the first above stage you have developed the brain, x square brain, and here you are going to use input, you get output. So that is what called supervised learning. Okay, learn from the example and then use it in the for new inputs. So you now tell me it is a intelligent AI or weak AI? It's a weak AI. Learn from the pattern, that's all. Right? It's a weak AI. So everything, machine learning, everything has this kind of tendency, nature. Learn from the examples and exhibit the performance. Okay. Look at this, another example. You see that you are teaching. I am telling the boy, these are the apples, these are the pineapples. Okay. So how you remember this apple? By learning the shape of the fruit. This shape is different. Look like there is some texture on the pineapple. There is no texture on the apples. It's deciding. So these are all the x values. Okay. And for this x value, y is the apple, and for this x values, y is the pineapple. Okay. And when they are learned, now we are going to set the inputs. The moment you send this item, it will tell pineapple. The moment you send this figure, tell apple. Okay, very simple. Right? When you start learning the things technically, it's very simple. Okay. So this is what supervised learning. Okay. Unsupervised learning. Okay, there is no helping hand. Everything you have to know. Suppose you are left in an island, there is no other human being. So whatever the items are there in that island, you don't know names of those items. Okay, then how you do it? What you do it? So there is a coconut tree is there. Okay, there is some other trees there, mango trees there, but you don't know this is mango or this is coconut. Names are not known. How you do that? Okay, so you group them by their input features. So this coconut is look like this, apple is look like different shapes. So they are grouping. So this is called group 1, this is called group 2. No names. You are setting the names. How you are setting names? This name is group 1, this name is group 2. When the new item will come, he will match with these groups. If there is matching is there, then this is also belong to this group. Okay? Right? For example, some patient have chest pain. So those data is collected. Right? They are one group. Okay? Somebody having severe headache. So they are one group. When a new person will come, then the doctor will easily classify this belongs to headache group or a heart attack group. Okay? So that is what unsupervised learning. And this is also very important because for some data there is no labels. Just like a 1, 1, 2, 4, 3, 9, 4, 16 which are provided to you, easy to learn, but I will give you only 1, 2, 4, 9, just like no input, no output, so only input. Then how you classify? So more challenging. And in real life, there are some data for which there is no outputs. We don't know what exactly. This picture is there, but I don't know what the name of this picture. Okay. then everybody this is the camera. But if picture is there but name is not there, what I do? So very challenging. Okay, right? So for them only we have to grouping. For example, the groups. These are all the inputs. Then I find some common features, input features. Somebody is like a eyes are matching, nose are matching. That is a grouping. Okay. Right. So if you want to convert them into supervised learning, then we require outputs. So who will give outputs? We only set outputs. Tell them this is a cat, tell them this is a dog, tell them this is a sparrow. Okay? If you know. If you don't know, then the problem is still exists. Okay? So that's what unsupervised learning. So this is about reinforcement learning, but I already told you, for example robot. If robot will go in the right direction, it will get reward. If it is going in the wrong direction, it will punish. Okay, so after some steps, the robot will be good rectified. Okay, suppose I am asking a boy to pick the item, there is item. So the boy will go this direction, then I will just drag him and say that go this side. So that is what punishment is. Okay, and this is also an important part of machine learning. Okay, you can run a startup where the things will keep from one place to other place. Okay, there is a robot in your house. If you instruct the robot, it will keep all the items, kitchen items are in kitchen, bedroom items are in bedroom. So what is regression, what is classification? The same question I am asking you. What is the answer for this? What is the answer for this? Regression and classification. Same question. You see the figure? Tell me. Tell me what is this? You got these two. Regression and classification. Okay. For example, what is the weather condition at 2 p.m. today? Is that classification or regression? Regression. What is the weather condition at 2.5 minutes? It's a regression. Means every point there is a weather condition. So that is called regression. Okay. How is weather today? The classification or regression? Classification, like cloudy or semi-cloudy or rainy or something like this. Okay. So that's a classification, right? If you show a picture of an animal and ask them whether it is a cat or dog, is it classification or regression? Okay, classification. What is the stock price of a stock at 3 p.m.? Is it a classification or regression? Regression, right? So that is what actually we need to. Our machine learning algorithms are continuously working on these two aspects: regression or classification. Okay. Whenever a problem given to you, you must clearly tell that whether it is a regression problem or classification problem. Okay, right? Right. Suppose if I give you a picture of a person, I'll ask you that men or women. What is that? Classification. If I give a photo of a vehicle, ask you that what type of vehicle it is. 2-wheeler, 3-wheeler, 4, whatever. Right. So it should be easy to tell that. Suppose you are giving a data of a person, his employee, salary, or his age, everything, and I ask you a question that whether he will enroll in insurance or not, what problem it is. I give salary, age of a person, okay, in which company is working, so on so. I'll ask you that whether you will enroll in insurance or not, which problem it is. The classification, yes or no, insurance enroll or not. Okay, right. Price of a house, if I give locality, bedrooms, bathrooms, and so on, so, right? And I want to find the price of a house. Is it classification or regression? Regression. Okay, because for every input there is a. So the first strategy is that you are attempt to learn write ML code. First is classification or. This is, which one is the classification, which is regression? This is the classification, dividing two groups, and that is the regression. For every x value, there is the corresponding y value. So this is the, when you start writing any machine learning program for a given problem, these are the stages. What is the first stage? Data collection. If your data collection is wrong, what happens? The machine learning is also. Suppose you collect the 100 figures of a zebra and tag them as a cow. Is it correct or wrong? Wrong. Because you are collecting the same figure of a zebra and you are labeling them as a cow. So wrong. So data cleaning. The data what you receive must be clean. Clean means what? Wrong, no wrong results, no missing values. Okay, right? And all together comes under future engineering. What is that? Future engineering. So if you want to learn machine learning, you should learn future. It won't take much time, hardly 1 week. And this is the model time where you train your model, f of x equal to x square, that you find in this one. Okay, and once it is done, you have to test it by giving sample inputs. Suppose 1, 1, 2, 4, 3, 9, 4, 16. Suppose if you are giving 5 value, what is the output? 25. But if it is giving 24, wrong, right? How much it is wrong? 25 minus 24. One number is wrong. Okay, so that comes under evaluation. If it is wrong, go back. Again, go back and change somewhere, you get mistakes. Okay, so what we are doing is that we are creating an artificial brain. The name of the brain is X square. Whatever input you do, it will give X square. Okay, you are creating a brain which will classify cat or dog. If you supply cat figure, it will give cat. If you supply dog figure, it will give dog. If you supply a wheeler, it will give 3 wheeler. Okay, so machine learning is attempt to design an artificial brain. And that brain is learned from some examples. Okay? Right, your subject. I'm not good at your subject. Okay? So geospatial intelligence. Right? So now you tell. I listen from you. I'm tired. What is geospatial intelligence? What is geospatial intelligence? It is there. Read it. It was taken from somewhere source. I don't know much about this. I can understand what exactly it is. Intelligence derived from the analysis of imaginary and geospatial information. Okay. So satellite pictures from drone, picture from aircraft. So whatever you take on Earth, especially for Earth. Okay. Vegetation, inhabitants, forests, water bodies, deserts, volcanoes. Okay. So these are all taken pictures. Okay. Picture means image. So image for the model what I told, CNN is good for images. Convolution neural network. Computer vision, it's a part of AI but not part of ML. Computer vision, hold on. Computer vision and CNN are the best candidates to deal with the images. Okay. Computer vision only detect it, but intelligence it won't provide. Whereas CNN will provide intelligence. So these are some of the key components of your geospatial intelligence. One is imaginary intelligence, geospatial information. Okay. And these are the applications of your geospatial intelligence. Okay. So we can use for military defense, disaster, urban planning. Of course, you know very well about this. You know very well about than me. Okay. I know only alphabets of this. These are all your subjects. Okay. And where machine learning join hands with geospatial intelligence. So for these cases, okay, some of the examples I am showing here. One is for land cover and land use classification. You know very well about this, right? How many of know this very well? Raise your hand. Let's see. Okay. I'll put my hand down. Okay, in this case. The same question I am posing myself, so my hand is down. Change detection. What is change detection? Over a long period of time, you can change in the particular space, or city, or jungle, forest, or whatever. Natural disasters. Okay, everybody will see somewhere. What's the recent natural disaster? Name any? Huh? Kerala flood. Only it did not. Okay. Calamities have no boundaries. Huh? Where it is? Where it is? Huh? California. Fire. Okay. What's the reason behind California incident? Forest firing. Is it because of some man-made mistake or it's a natural climate? But still, even though there are advanced universities are there, advanced concepts are there in USA, okay, but still they are able to solve the problem. Okay, so national disaster, we cannot. Some problems can solve some extent, like earthquake, we cannot overcome. We can predict it. Okay. So national, how you escape from the disaster that we need to do, how to prevent it, that also we can do. So object detection and future attraction. From the satellite image, if you take the image and you can tell that which part of the image is forest, which part is the concrete jungle, which part is your river, which part is a desert. So that is object detection and future extraction. And performing some predictions, like your weather forecasting. So next 2 hours, next 3 hours, next day, tomorrow, if you see Google weather, you get everything. And most of the time it is correct. So this is a classification problem. This is a classification or regression? So tell me, this is an input and they are divided into 2 colors. Right? So is a binary classification or multi-class problem? Multi or binary? 2 or 3? 3 na? Why is 3? So what is also there? Okay. So by using machine learning, by using CNN, okay, we can classify these 2. Okay. So this is the based on some features. Input X value. Okay, and this is your Y value. So your red color, green color. Okay, so I will show you the figure. Classification problem. Where is that? This one. Classification problem. Okay, and you want to? Which one is the classification? Not only exactly they are grouping, those are the red color, these are the blue colors. So same thing what we see here in this case also. Okay, it's done someone's work, it's not my work. Okay, somebody has done this, taken this input, goes to the CNN, okay, and then we solve it. Okay, it's not a new problem, it's a very old problem, it's done already. Okay, we now think what should be done evolve on this. This is the steps that we need to do. So what we can do, these are the steps. Just note down. Take the photo from your system. Data collection. You require images, satellite images. Okay. And then training data preparation. I don't remove all those unnecessary values. For example, rose example. Color is not a criteria. If you take the colors criteria, then red color rose is a red rose only. Yellow color rose is not a rose. So remove the colors. Only the petal or the size of the input of the for the problem, classifying problem. So that you have here. Feature extraction. Okay. Then you have to do model training. You need to find f of x equal to x square here. Okay. It's a lengthy process. That's why I'm not telling you how to do model training. Okay. And then classification, of course. Then you have to check your model is correct or not. If it is input is 5, your output is 24, it's not 25, there is a problem. Already we have given to the model that y means 25, but it is given 24. So 25 minus 24 is wrong. One difference is there. So again you go back and check there is a mistake and rectify it, start fine tuning. Okay, again you come all the steps until your model is good. Like how to solve a problem. You keep on learning many times until you are good at that subject. Same thing here also. I'll tell you one interesting fact in this machine learning. When you start machine learning, you will come across this. There are two problems called overfitting and underfitting. Okay, what is that? Overfitting and underfitting. When you solve small number of problems from a subject, are you able to score good marks? Are you able to score good marks? Suppose there are 20 topics are there, and you didn't prepare any topic perfectly, only one or two you have prepared. Can you able to score 100 marks out of 100? Is possible? No. Right? Because questions will come different subjects. Now tell me, all those 20 topics, I have solved each topic 100 problems. So 100 into 20, how many problems? 2000. Can you score good? Can you score good? No, not good. You will fail, you will sit in the home only. Right? We will solve this many problems. You will not get for exam also. Means too much learning is also be bad. Not good. Okay? It's bad for learning and bad for your health also. So that is overfitting. Okay? That is a. I'll give an example. Here, that example. Very simple line. Then you can understand what is it. Suppose there are three points are there. One x value, one is x1, x2, some 3 points are there. Here, somewhere here. Okay. Now what I am doing, my learning curve was going like this. Okay. Then from this knowledge, what I observed that my learning curve will go up. Okay. My learning will go like this. Okay. Suppose there is a new input. Now this actual output is here. Okay, because of this line, this is your prediction output. Okay, this is the actual output and this is the output given by line. See the difference. Okay, right? Your actual output for the given new input is 100, but what is model giving? 50. Because of this learning curve, too much learning. Okay. Instead of this learning like this, if I learn like this, what happens? It's not learn like this, what happens? The distance will be small. Okay. That's why too much learning is bad. Don't do that. Suppose you have 6 subjects in your course and you are learning one subject too much. Are you able to perform the remaining 7 subjects? No. Same thing here. So you have to balance your study. Okay. That's why when I teach a subject, I will not force student to learn too much. Because of that, they will be good at some part of subject, but other they are learning. Okay. So not overfitting, not underfitting problem should be. So your machine learn should be perfect. Okay. For example, I give you there are 1 lakh zebra figures are there. 1 lakh zebra figures, and there is only 1 cow figure. If I show these figures to the boy, he will learn that there are 1 lakh zebra figures are there, only 1 cow figure is there. After some time, if I show it to the cow figure, what he will do? What he will do? Cow or zebra? Why zebra? Why zebra? Over learning of something. Even though if I show cow figure, you will get zebra. Because in the input data, 1 lakh figures are zebra, only 1 is cow. So imbalanced data. So if I tell something too much on one-sided, other people lagging. So your machine learning model able to overcome this kind of problems. Overfitting, underfitting and imbalance. Okay? So these are the steps. Okay, later you can take it from slide. So this is something that taken from some source. There is one data set already given here. Let's say land use data set. Type it to Google. Okay. let's see, and use data set. Okay, you can start your journey from there. Now from the data set, you take 80% of the images for training and 20% are for testing. 80% for design the model and 20% is test the model. See that it is giving output correctly or not. Because we know the already output. You compare the output which is already known with the output from the model. Both you compare, if a difference is there, then there is the error. Okay. Then feature extractions, all are part of the model training. You can use CNN, but you don't know how to CNN works, so you have to start running it. So once my feature are extracted, for example, the color of the rose will be removed from the data set. Okay. And then the remaining things are classification. So one of the important model, especially for geospatial intelligence, because most of the data are based on images. Am I right? Most of data is on images only. So CNN is one best candidate for writing machine learning models. Okay, it can do land cover classification, deep forest monitoring, road building detections from satellite images, flood and fire detections. Everything you can do from CNN. Okay, so those who don't have time, you can bypass all machine learning concept and start learning CNN. Okay, while you start learning CNN, whatever difficulties you get, those part you can cover. Suppose you require a property, learn some property, you require differentiation, integral, you learn integral. Reverse engineering, start from CNN, go back to mathematics.